I think in a lot of ways it's a good thing. He's at peace now.
Is he though? Oh, stream is
Oh,
back.
I'm a T ever at peace.
Oh man, he lives.
You already have.
Yeah. For a very long time. At the questionable
Well, I was
questing
reading
word, exactly.
Questing story. Briefly dipped into Ruby. And, interestingly, it had a better summary.
It died again.
Oh, did it?
You still live.
Yeah,
Stream died. Oh, no, it lives. Never mind, we're good.
yeah. They're fucking about upstairs apparently.
Epic.
Anyway, so as I was saying, questionable questing. I'm waiting for it to die again, because every time I say questionable questing, it proceeds to die.
It's the fucking kill switch.
Apparently. So I was reading this story, and it pointed out something that, like, I've probably said before, but then it reminded me how much I just hate Ruby in general, nowadays, due to, a lot of things. But they pointed out that a civilization that grows up in a world like Ruby, where you have an unstoppable horde of monsters that hunt down people that feel bad, you would have a human culture pretty much in every corner of the world that would try and either suppress or encourage, suppress negative emotion or encourage positive emotion. So you would either end up with, like, Soviet propaganda state where everyone is told that you must forge forward together and that's the only way you're going to make it, or you're going to have, like, extremely colorful hyper creativity art mode, and everything's gonna have to be like over the top excessive, celebrations for everything, instead of resting on Sunday, everyone like has a party or some shit, and it's just kind of the culture. And you really wouldn't even
Everybody
have, like,
be happy right the hell now.
right, and on top of that, you wouldn't even have like emo or angsty people. Like, it would be frowned on culturally to be angsty, because that brings demons, literal fucking demons, to your doorstep.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's a good point. And they don't do that.
Well, I mean,
Will be not on site.
yeah. Imagine if the Ruby authors actually thought.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't that be something?
If you close your eyes, it's almost like nothing changed at all. The Dream Effect. No, it's not a Minecraft crossover.
He's gonna speedrun.
Darn.
I'm gonna speedrun Mass Effect.
I'm gonna speedrun the Geneva checklist in Mass Effect.
Hell yeah.
The Dream Effect. This is a crossover between the Deep Dream series and Mass Effect, also published on AO3. As always, there is a glossary and ecology on AO3 if any terms confuse you. 200 years after the Sleeper Wars, humanity makes first contact with non-magical aliens. Jane Shepard takes the lead once more, though this time her society is vastly different from before. What the fuck is the Deep Dream series?
That's a good question. Probably awful. I don't like the third result there, but alright.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why?
I have not been drinking enough.
I have not been drinking enough either.
Time to rectify that. Cheers, bro.
I wish I could. So, Harry Potter and the Deep Dream. On the morning of his 11th birthday, Harry Potter finds a letter from his mother that leads him to discover there's more to the world than most can see or touch. His greatest heritage is out of this world. Join him as he discovers new facets of himself, new friends, and a heritage that could bring the world to its knees. Gender morphing Harry.
Jawohl. That is very interesting.
Featured characters
the
in
one.
this story. This is a fantasy horror story. Okay. Featured characters: Harry Potter, Hermione, and Petunia.
Okay,
Okay.
but why though?
God is
Harry
dead.
Potter and the Secrets of the Dream. A new year and new challenges, Harry and Hermione return to Hogwarts with friends and family. However, the recent passage through the Dream has not gone unnoticed. Read now as they have to deal with monsters in the schools and increasing threats from the Dream.
No,
Gender
I don't
morphing
think I
Harry.
will.
Harry Potter escaped from the Dream. Petunia has been introduced to the Lysaria family, but is still now a slave to the Winter Fae court. What the fuck? It is becoming increasingly likely that rescue will
That's
not
escalation.
come from Earth, so she decides to learn everything she can about the Fae magic. Karen needs to settle into her role as headmaster. Oh no!
Oh, oh, no.
She saw the manager!
Oh god. She is the manager.
While also fending off clumsy power grabs from the ministry, as well as the Negot.
Oh, I think
I'm-
this. I think they wrote too long.
Yeah, they
fucking
just
summary.
wrote too much of a summary.
They got cut off, and they just never fixed it. It's been like fucking a year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, they only have like 33 follows. So people
Well-
aren't really enjoying their story.
Oh no!
Harry Potter, Champion
What
of
a
the Dream.
sad
On
fact.
Earth, the Triwizard Championship is taking place at Hogwarts, along with inaugural interschool magical Olympic Games. Deeper in the Dream, however, there are rumors of spreading unrest that are starting to boil in the old courts. New alliances will be tested while nascent and undertrained magi are forced to balance their responsibilities at school, and they're responsible. Again, they didn't fix it. They kind of just copy-pasted the
Yeah.
summary and just hit enter and send. Harry Potter Simology. This is a crack crossover with Sims 4. Harry dies, but instead he gets gamer powers of Sims 4. Okay.
Interesting. Face the wall.
Yeah.
Please take a trip on my train.
Yeah, more or less. More or less. Uh-huh. Star Wars Rebels Mass Effect crossover. Oh, God. Saga of the Bridgers, Year 4. After escaping the near destruction of Antolon, the rebellion is in dire straits, but hope is not lost. The Bridger family will have to fight for the liberty of Lothal to open a way to their allies in the Milky Way. Meanwhile, Grand Admiral Thrawn and his subordinate Iulius maintain the occupation of Lothal. This book will go well beyond the end of Rebels. Okay. I mean, it's a little bit longer than a book, considering you've written 2 books by the point we're looking at right now, but you do you.
Clearly, they were looking to overachieve.
Yeah.
And yet somehow
they
they still
shouldn't have.
underdelivered, Max. And yet somehow they
Yeah.
still underdelivered. I always love these, the Mass Effect Dragon Age crossovers, because they're all just like, how? How are you gonna square that circle? Mass
With
Dragon
bad
Effect
way to go.
1 Shadows of Origin Past. After humanity discovered dilithium crystals and later the Darkspawn, technology changed for the Mass Effect universe. From space exploration to the alliance that rivals the Council, the galaxy has entered a golden era. Will John and Jane Shepard be able to stop the cycle of extinction, or will Saren succeed in bringing back the Reapers?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Wait,
Honestly,
should
who
I
gives a
care?
shit?
so wait, hold on. So the events of Dragon Age just are kind of inserted into Mass Effect, and it's just like, all right, now that all of the Dragon Age canon is in Mass Effect, will will Mass Effect 1 happen exactly as canon said? Yes.
No.
Yes, it will. It's like, okay, author.
No.
All right.
Sure thing.
Mass Effect Escape from Tarkov? What?
Okay, you know what? That
Why?
could be kind of interesting.
When former USEC operator William O'Connor is sent to investigate an undiscovered section of the lab, he has no idea he'll end up in a future where aliens exist in a universe that man has achieved space flight, and he has to help stop a seemingly invincible foe with Commander Shepard.
How the fuck is a single man with some guns gonna make
Some
that work?
Old Earth guns, as far as Mass
Yeah,
Effect
some
universe is concerned.
fucking Russian dingy surplus guns.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Now, to be
fucking-
fair, they'll never break.
They've
But-
written 136k words of this.
That's too much.
Now, this is what I'm really interested in. Mass Effect Stellaris. A few Titans solves many issues, including Reapers. Yes, a Stellaris Titan would in fact solve many issues.
Yeah.
Including the Reapers?
Yes.
Yes.
Max,
Yeah.
so the scaling is a little bit wonky, but a Stellaris Titan is larger than a planet.
I can certainly see how that would solve a number of problems.
Yes.
Indeed.
I really should try to get back in Stellaris, but I have not touched that game in probably three or 4 years at this point.
It has
I'll tell you
changed
this: a bunch of fucking
massively.
filthy tryhards made it way more difficult than it used to be.
Oh, I know it's changed. I have a friend who's super into Stellaris, and he likes to keep us updated when there's another Stellaris 1.0 to 2.0 to 3.0. I'm aware that every major update brings literally a new game with it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it makes it. It's like, hey, did you
That's
like?
this, the paradox way.
Did you like anything even remotely simple? Fuck you.
To be
It's
fair,
not that hard.
I do like the current state of Stellaris a little bit more than I like it from base vanilla.
Well, like, let's be clear. Some of the stuff they did was a good, right? Putting everyone in hyperlanes, good change.
Yeah.
I mean that sincere, right?
No,
Like,
100%. No, 100%. Yeah. That was... Yeah, because you had to do that anyway. You had to force everyone into hyperlanes only, because if you didn't, it was just dumb. No, pretty much. There's almost not a single change that I dislike between base Stellaris 1.0 and modern Stellaris.
I think they got a little overcomplicated with these special resources let you make this special thing that gives you this extra bonus regular resource. Like, I think they got a little too complicated there.
No, that's mostly just in the mods. There's really no special resources in the base game.
Yeah.
There's alloy creation, and there is the 3 basic special resources, quote unquote. But as long as you have a basic mining outpost, which means you don't even have to build on your own planets for this, as long as you just like explore the universe and you manage to claim a system with like gas in it, or crystal
Moats or
moat, yeah. You're pretty much set for base Stellaris. Now, obviously, with mods, those aren't sufficient, and you actually have to have an industry based around them. But in base Stellaris, it's really not that.
mods are just a different ballpark.
And even
As
then,
with all Paradox games.
Yeah, and even then, the special resources don't really give you that much of a. I mean, yeah, there is some text that are nice to have on your ships, but it's like, oh, I'm not missing anything critical by not having moats.
Yeah.
Now, gas! You're gonna need a lot of gas!
Lord fucking Xenos.
Everything uses gas, unfortunately. Which is a limiting factor. But yeah, so in a distant yet expansive corner of the galaxy, many races rose and fell without anyone noticing. Yet a collection survived their ordeals and now look outwards. They bring ideals, peace, and prosperity, and all under the UNSNA and its custodianship. When the Quariant migrant fleet encounters the expedition fleet, the nomads find a new home and a new family. Yes. The everything in the sexual way, humanity, not the we're gonna fuck everything in the guns way, humanity, Stellaris playthrough.
Now, hang on a second, Sneaky.
Fanatic Xenophile.
Why can't we have both?
Because they are actually polar opposite ideologies in Stellaris.
I mean, no, you can have Fanatic Xenophile Militarist, can't you?
I mean, yes, but...
Or Xenophile Fanatic Militarist. Whichever one you prefer.
You could. Yes. You could, but they don't really synergize well.
Well, I mean,
we really like war, and we really like aliens because they let us fight wars.
And then when we win the war, we fuck them all consensually.
Consent is optional.
With our Titans, just in orbit. They're not there for anything intimidating. They're just they're just there.
Just parked there.
I will say I do like the Federation's update of Stellaris because you can blow up suns.
Yeah.
Just casually. You fought the crisis. Become the crisis, everyone who's been playing Stellaris for ages. Yes!
Honestly, I didn't find Becoming the Crisis that fun.
Did you play it?
Yes.
Oh.
Cringe.
Yeah, kind of cringe, man.
Now, I will say, Becoming the Crisis got a lot more fun when I decided I was the only person in the universe who had mobile suits. Because then it's like, what is this strange new human technology that's deploying from carriers and kicking our ass?
Battletech, the Mass Effect. That would
no, that's a terrible idea.
That would massively change how Battletech works. Also, it would somehow make mechs exploding be even worse.
Okay, Sneaky, how strong does a biotic have to be to just yeet like even a small battle mech?
Not happening. Beyond the range of what has currently been shown to us, like even the strongest quote-unquote biotics in Mass Effect had trouble even fighting a Ymir mech in Mass Effect. Like one-on-one with just their biotics. In terms of just lifting it and throwing it. Like it just flat out doesn't happen, period. But can you imagine how many guns the Battletech universe would place on their mechs if they had access to weight decreasing technology?
Well, not just that. Believe it or not, Sneaky, that would give us an actual reason to use thermal clips.
Wait, why?
Because the thermal clip takes all the heat from the gun. That solves a huge problem of overheating on a mech.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Right.
surely.
I mean, I kind of actually hate thermal clips because
I hate them too.
no, like
But-
I hate them because the technology basis for them is absolutely like non-existent. Like, oh yeah, we just insert this heat sink here and it magically absorbs all of the heat from the gun.
Yes. This makes sense.
And we can just casually eject it, and like the gun's instantly cool once we eject it. And it's just like, what? Like with in Mass Effect 1, I could understand the whole venting thing because you can in fact make vents, and the whole gun lore wise got hot, and so you typically didn't want your gun to vent, and you typically didn't shoot your gun until it vented. You kind of shot your gun until it was getting close to venting, and then let it cool down.
But was the vent sus? Wait, no, the gun sus.
The gun is always sus.
Oh, fuck.
And
It was always sending positive.
so like yes, game wise, you always shot your gun until it was super hot and venting, but it's just like lore wise, you didn't do that because the gun got really fucking hot, like literal physical waves of heat, glowing red hot.
Damn, this gun about to make me act up.
And then thermal clips were just like, oh yeah, we just put a strip of carbon or something into the gun and all the heat's magically attracted to it, and we just press this button and then we expel the heat by shooting the thermal clip out, and the gun's magically colder now. It's like, what? You could have done this the whole fucking time? It's so dumb. I hate it. I hate it so much. The idea behind it. I get the idea of adding replaceable heat sinks. That's fine. But the idea that the gun is just seemingly completely ready to fire once you replace the heat sink, it's just like, bro, that's not how thermodynamics work at all. And
Yeah.
you're sitting, the only reason why I'm even commenting on it, and it's why I didn't comment on it in Mass Effect 1, is because they didn't even try to be like, thermodynamics. They're just like, yeah, the gun's fucking venting or something because it's really hot or some shit because of stuff that happens in it, because techno stuff. It's like, okay, fine. That's just weird technology for you. And then when they tried to introduce thermal clips, they're like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna solve this techno stuff problem by using thermodynamics to attract heat to this. And it's like, that's not how thermodynamics work, though. It's like when a fanfiction author starts trying to talk biology in their fanfic to explain why Naruto is capable of living 7 months off of only chakra. And it's just like, I wasn't gonna comment until you started trying to bring up biology.
Yeah.
If you were just like, yeah, Naruto just lived 7 months off his chakra and that's why he's super skinny, I'd just be like, alright, fine. But you're like, no, actually, the chakra was sourced from his muscles and his lipids. And then it's like, you're trying to bring science into this shit, and if you do that, you actually have to make fucking sense.
The antithesis of a fanfiction author.
Yeah, basically, pretty much.
Making fucking sense.
Yeah. But they do be making that dollar, though. Hey, yo.
That they do.
Well, some of them.
During
Most
the beginning of the
do not.
Reaper War, Shepard is informed of a Prothean artifact claimed by Cerberus and is sent to stop them. Little does he know that soon, he will find his crew in a world both familiar and alien to their own as they end up in the Battletech universe.
Okay, he's going to BattleTech. Okay, that's better
guns like do anything that BattleTech makes?
No, they probably couldn't, but there's nothing stopping them from getting in a BattleTech. Is my point.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Mass Emil. Emil survives the 2 zealots at the end of Reach.
He does not.
He does not. And after surviving the Covenant onslaught, look, just isekai him, please. If he finds
Like,
himself in the Mass
I'm
Effect
ready. How about
universe-
you? And someone was very impressed by, like, someone was right. Insert random being very impressed by his readiness.
Yeah. Like, that was Emil's death was actually great because it's just like, The only bad part about it was that you couldn't shoot the elites. Like, they literally just killed him right in front of you, and they're just like, yeah, you're not allowed to actually save him, so you're not allowed to shoot them, even though you actually can. It's like, okay, fine, fuck you, game. But they're like, that was such a Chad moment.
Oh yeah.
Let's fucking go. Keys, my whole squad died. Let's fucking go.
True. Hey.
Get out of here. See you guys on Tuesday because there's always more and it always gets worse.